City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down, yeah.
I was born in the city, I was raised on its edges. My pop worked his life when it's complex. I found love in its center. If I could live here forever, think it'd be for the better. I love the weather, even though it's fog 24/7. I love the people, this is city I met all my best friends. And I wanna thank every break, I wanna thank every entrance to every building that I step in this city of mine. I owe you most my best moments in life. See, I fell in love for the first time in Golden Gate Park. I saw my first rap show at Great American Hall. I used to beg my homies for a ride across the bridge to goof off and spend the whole damn day doing whatever we want. Keith drove us down to Ike's place while we'd roll up a blunt, and me and Jack would get stoned, walk around and get lost. Don't think I'll ever truly pay back all I was lucky to get just by walking through the city. No, I'm a small part of this.
City of mine, how I love this city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine, how I love this city of mine. It never gets me down.
I never really had a place to call my own, so I travel and I roam till I find that. But I'm full of adventure, so I wander and I venture, and it's safe to say that really I don't mind that. I book a flight to try to figure where my mind's at, a spot where I don't spend no money, just some time at. I mix and mingle with the people till I learn a little. I brought some weed and baby, maybe we could burn a little. She said you're funny, I said no, I'm David, and I left. Sun shining, birds chirping, let me take a breath. I'm headed to the city where my chance to make it best. What people like to give a little, then you take the rest. I'm hoping one day maybe I can find a place to rest. I fell in love with life and wonder where it take me next. I like the hustle and bustle, I fell in love with the fashion. I feel the pulse of the city, it's moving me like a passion, and it's mine.
How I love this city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine. How I love this city of mine. It never.
Bro, hold on. I had to fix it. It happened twice and I have no idea why. Hold on. I'm going to just check something because it's funny, but let's just see. Nobody freak out.
City of mine. How I love.
It says 3:31, but somehow it's been jumping with like a minute left to go. Good thing I wasn't digging my nose or scratching my okole or something of that nature. Anyway, gang, what it is, what it do, what it shall be. We are going to have a definitive conversation about something I wanted to follow up from the Saturday stream, and it's funny, I couldn't make a new nail. It's crazy. Canva is broken. It not loading certain images and not loading certain fonts. So yeah, that is strangely weird. First time that's ever happened. But you know what? The cool part about things like this is I actually, as a content creation coach, that's what I am. If it's your first time being here and you didn't know that, now you know. Um, this is actually a blessed thing. Why? It gives us an opportunity to help the people who love to major in the minor, the people who have a PhD in the freak out. um, it teaches you how to learn to roll with the punches, because we have a saying around these here parts, yo, life happens, right? Sometimes when you got the best laid plans, it just blows up in your dang face. So it's not that it blew up. That's the problem. It's how you react to it, how you deal with it, how you just get along. So what do? I just pulled the old thumbnail. That's not even really what we're going to talk about today. But I can fix it later, right? You can upload thumbnails later. You can change them. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you know this, but if you pay close attention to your most prominent YouTubers, if you watch a video on the day that they drop it, sometimes you watch a video right after they drop it. Within 24 to 48 hours, they would change the thumbnail to something else. Why? Because they're one of them manipulating and playing around with the algorithm. Not manipulating in a bad way, but they're riding the algorithm for what the algorithm is worth. And then once that's done, they'll switch it to what they think will get views after the fact. So they're going for speed views on the first day and they change it. Because I've totally gone back to yell at some creator for making a cheesy, whack thumbnail and then it's changed. Why? They were just trying to trick people with this face. And it's not even with the, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, learn to roll with the punches. And yeah. Rich said, check to see if I have an invisible timer. Let's check. Because I could have sworn I don't, but let's check.
City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down, city of mine. City of mine, city of mine. How I love.
Boom, Rich Graham, you win the grand prize of getting to be my friend. that is that is super dope. That is super dope. Yeah, Paul, it's supposed to be muted when I'm doing that anyway. What happened, and you guys probably didn't hear me because it's muted on purpose. I'm not going to change that. When I went to go check what Rich Graham said somewhere, let me see if I can find Rich. He said, hey, check if there's an invisible timer. There was not an invisible timer. I only had one. However, somehow when something changed, upgrade to eCamera or something, it switched from loop that video, which I made in Canva, to um go to the next scene. So the video was ending and it was jumping, not loop back to beginning. That video, which I made in Canva, super simple. I just took a bunch of things that will be related to what the topics will be, and I just put them together. And it doesn't matter how long it is because it's intended to just loop and play around. So that way that the timer is a little interactive and not just boring. So yeah. Anyway, thank you, Rich, for figuring that out. And again, you win the grand prize of getting to be my friend. So hey, there's that. All right. Anyway, so let's dive in. I see my crew is coming through. Everybody's here. Let's get into what we're getting into. That was super, super dope. Thank you, Mr. Rich. You saved my bacon, if you will. All right. Now, let's see. I just want to check something, make sure everything is good, and not getting any yells from Paul. Oh, I gotta tell you guys something real funny, real quick. I was sending a invite to Jared for next week for the flow. And then so right in the middle of me typing, hey Jared, can you check to see if you got the calendar invite? He accepted the invite. So I was like, hey, you're fat. I mean fast. And I missed a button. And then I was like, can you imagine if I didn't double check what I sent after I send it? And I just left it at me calling him fat. He would be pissed off. But I meant to say fast and I missed. What I forgot to try, because see if he's on iOS 16, you can now delete a message. So I can send a message to Paul, be like, you ugly, right? And then boom, I can send it. Then I can press on it now and say undo send. And then it poof, it disappeared. And in theory, Paul has iOS 16 and he never sees that message where I called him ugly. So that's cool. Think about iOS 16. If everybody's updated, don't depend on that though, because the other person didn't update their phone. You just called them ugly. They have to be on iOS 16 too. I'm curious in a couple minutes to get a message from Paul to see it was a flash. Okay, yeah. See, Paul says it came and went. So I don't think Paul got a chance to see it. So if you're quick enough, they never see where you called them salmon. All right, anyway, so we're gonna dive into some stuff today. We were talking on Saturday. I can see that I'm in live demo mode still. Let me out of this. Thank you. Nobody told me. Luckily, I caught it myself. On Saturday, we were talking about getting through the cheat code of finding your purpose. Good Lord, Doc, just break everything today. The hell? Anyway, and in the process, after we had some conversations with people in the Drop Squad class, and then I had a conversation with someone near and dear to me, and we kind of sort of just realized that although they're highly successful, they're left unfulfilled. And that's kind of deep because, again, somebody I care about, somebody I'm super good friends with, somebody I've spent a long time with, and this can happen when you aren't living your life on purpose, when you don't have your life's purpose figured out. You could have your ladder up the wrong building and you get all the way to the top, and then you be like, yo, this ain't where I wanted to be. So right now, there's somebody out there who has been putting designs on their life and haven't quite figured out exactly what that is supposed to be. They are designing for what contemporary wisdom says. They're designing for what people around them thinks is the right thing to do. They are designing for fitting in. They're designing for feeling like all of the feels that someone else told them to have. They're not designing for their purpose. They're not designing for their fulfillment. And so what does that cause you to do? It causes you to put in a lot of work to get something done and get there and realize that you don't feel any better about it. So I posted on Instagram the other day, do not miss out on life trying to get it together. I really, really, really want y'all to think about that. My man right here. I really want y'all to think about that. Do not miss out on your life trying to get it together. I legit watched my dad do this. My dad spent so much time trying to get everything like situated that I think he left us before he had a chance to fulfill all of that dopeness that he was setting up for. So it's like building a dream home and then walking away from it. So when you're doing stuff on purpose, like it kind of helps eliminate that, right? You're getting your fulfillment on a daily basis. When you have a monthly private coaching call with Keely, and then you hang up and you like in your chair and you go, ha ha, yes, sir. Nailed it. That felt freaking amazing because I have one of my friends first, client second, student third, vibrating at a pace that I can see the joy on her face. I'm doing my purpose. I'm doing exactly what I came here for. Right? when I finish that conversation with Luis and he's like, hell yeah, let's get this. Right? He's ready to go. Or he calls me up and says, hey, you know, uh, I just ordered this new camera and got me a new notebook because I was able to get these things without even stressing about it because I'm doing what I have been taught to do. And that in itself is quite amazing. Yeah, hello. That does that feel dope as hell? Absolutely, right? Because that means I'm helping my people get what they need to get, which is what I started this for. And so, yeah, man, like this is how it works, right? This is how we do it. Oh, G's got the flavor. This is how we do. Sorry, you know my musical Tourette's will kick in with music. Like I'm not even joking. Like I got off the conversation with Kills yesterday, and we're talking about her stuff, and yet I was like pumped. I'm Hans, and I am Franz, and we are here to pump you. I was jacked after the conversation with her about her doing her stuff. That's I don't know. It's hard to explain that because I when you're on purpose, I keep telling you guys to do it. I keep telling you guys it feels dope, whatever. None of this will make sense to you until you do it, and then when you do it, you're gonna stop. Hammer time. No, you're gonna stop, drop, set them down, open up shop. No, you're gonna stop and you're gonna go. Damn it! That's what Doc was talking about. I feel this now. For those of us who are on doing our stuff on purpose, when you feel it, you'll be like, "Oh yeah, that I need more of that." So anyway, let's talk about designing your life. Then, even if you're not fully flexed on your purpose, let's talk about designing your life. And there's a couple of things that you can do while you are trying to get where you got to get. So, your first step is to get real about what it is that makes you happy. Nobody can tell you that, right? You got people saying, oh, happiness is, having a million liquid. There's people with a million liquid depressed as hell on 8 different medications thinking about flying off of a building couple, 3, 4 times a week. There's people with 10 million flush with high levels of anxiety. So it's not just that, right? No one can really tell you what's going to make you happy but you. But you got to get real serious about understanding what this happiness thing is. If that's important to you, start studying it. Start figuring out what happiness is to you. The second thing that you're going to have to do in order to design this life is you're going to have to tell yourself what is success. Because there's folks out here that, again, are making all the loot and they still unhappy, right? There's people out here getting paid an absolute grip and they're still unhappy because their ladder is saving the wrong damsel. Thanks, Rich. You know what I mean? Like, it's, I don't. It's hard to explain this without diving into some dark territory, which I don't want to dive into. But if you're saving the wrong mission, right? Like you're letting the whole house burn down. I heard this recently, and I forgot how it was described, but it was kind of funny. So, like, the fire extinguisher is right next to you, but your most important thing in the world in your head is this like, bag of money, right? Say you got a bag of money and it got like 15 grand in it and it's sitting in your house. And then there is a small fire in the kitchen because your ass can't cook chicken. It'd be real stupid to grab that 10 grand and run out the house because the pot in the kitchen's on fire as opposed to reach underneath the sink, pull out the fire extinguisher, and extinguish that fire. So rather than burning up, I live in Hawaii, okay? Rather than burning up a $500,000 house or $1 million house, dude, shitty houses here cost that much. You're not grabbing a $25 fire extinguisher and putting out a fire in your $24 large frying pan with about $4 worth of chicken and grease in it. You grabbed the money and ran because you were looking at the wrong thing. People are doing that right now. There's people who are grabbing quick cash and missing the bigger picture, missing all of that. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to set yourself up for that feeling because you got your ladder up the wrong tree. So once you have designed that and once you figured out like what to do, now you got to set yourself up with some habits. One of the first things I can tell you to do about these habits is get up in the morning and somewhere between your bottom of your feet hitting the floor and getting those toofuses brushed, you be like, if I disappear today, after I got this one thing done today, it's a successful day. Right? So, what does that look like in reality? I have a next phase on the project that I'm working on that I know I can pull off in an hour and a half. So I got up today saying that if I go to bed tonight with that loop closed, today is successful. So that big ass bowl of ramen I'm fitting to have for lunch, that's just gravy. No, it's not gravy. It's dashi when it's ramen. Okay. But that bowl of ramen I'm having for lunch, that's just added, right? This 2 cups of coffee I'm gonna have between now and then, those are just gravy. This conversation I'm gonna have with Rich or Keely or Elo or all my friends or whatever, those are just gravy, right? If I said tomorrow when I wake up that my mission is to have a deep, meaningful conversation with somebody in the drop squad that allows them to move closer to their goals and their happiness, and I have that phone call, bet. You know what I'm saying? That then I know I made it. Aubrey, looking at you because we need to reschedule your call. So do it for tomorrow night. Okay? Dude. So now I already done set up what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm talking to Aubs tomorrow. Right? Hopefully she can do it tomorrow. I'm just telling her what to do. She can be like, nah, doc, the hell with you. Right? If I can pull that off, then that will be a successful day. If I get to have a conversation tomorrow with Aubs to make sure that she's on her grind, and I can call that a day. Okay, so again, that's your habit. If you don't do nothing else, if you get nothing else out of this conversation today, get up in the morning, give yourself that one true thing you got to get done today, and then do that. The other things that go on your to-do list, yeah, get them done as well, but you got to have that one that is really important. It should be something that moves a needle towards you fulfilling your purpose. But I understand some of you guys aren't all the way on your purpose yet. Just get it there. And then the last part of this design mechanism is like, what exactly is your follow through? How are you getting purpose? This is where the polishing comes in. This is where your to-do list comes in. This is where your calendaring system or your Trello or your, Michelle's content creator Trello calendar or whatever. This is where this all comes in. At the end, here's what we do though. We get on the stream, we see somebody like me or somebody like Matt Diavala or somebody else talking about this cool new thing that you need or whatever. So you run out and you get it. You start trying to figure out how to put all these chiclets inside these little boxes, and you got your advent calendar all set up and you ready to go. And then so you set yourself a process mechanism here. But what you just did was try to build a condo in quicksand. Vibrate on that for a second. You understand? Having all of these tools and all of this stuff and it's ready to go, but it's sitting on a shaky foundation, son, that joint make about much sense as screen doors on the submarine. So some of y'all, present company included, hey, got to take a second, go all the way back to the foundation, and let's get a grip on this foundation. Anecdote. I know somebody who spent the last 2 years busting their gut for what they thought was going to be the next most important thing in their life, but was doing it from a place of not fully understanding their purpose. Got to the point right here where the next step basically puts them on the success path. And then started questioning if they really want to do it. That's because started a journey without that GPS. Not navigation. Let's go ahead and call it something new. Your GPS. This is your something purpose. We need a good G word. Your guided purpose system. Your given purpose system. Your for some of y'all, your God's purpose solved. Whatever your GPS is, that's what's guiding you, right? I get in fights with people about this, but praying and meditation is the same thing. Some of you say that your answers are coming from another power. Cool, that's you. I like to believe I'm in control of my own power. So when I have those meditative thoughts and it comes to me, that's just me figuring it out, or the universe, whatever you want to call it. I don't care how you call it. Go-to purpose system. Thank you. Elaine. Bookmark that. LGL GPS, go-to purpose system. Love you, Elaine. Dang. See what it is? Teamwork make the dream work. Right, Tony? Teamwork make the dream work. When you sit down and you think about it and you process this and you set your GPS, your go-to purpose system, allows you to go to your purpose and move forward. Frick, I love it. Damn, Elaine, that was gangster. It just comes to you. It literally comes to you. And there's an awkward thing about life. And you guys read Alchemist? When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you achieve it. Paul Coelho, Alchemist. That works two ways. When you want to be scared about taking on this next endeavor, the universe will show you all the scary shit. When you want to succeed at this next endeavor, halfway, but you yourself don't fully believe you can do it because you don't believe in yourself. You need someone else to tell you that your fulfillment is fulfilled. You need someone else the algorithm to tell you that your posts are like worthy. Then yeah, you're not going to get the success you're looking for because you yourself don't believe it. Yes, I'm pulling out a paintbrush to take the dust off my Rodecaster Pro right now. I'm weird. Yeah, you have to be fully committed. You have to believe that you can do it. You have to all the way trust in the whole soup. And if you trust in the whole soup, if you believe all the way to the bottom of your core that what you want is available to you, it'll figure itself out. It always does. But if you're hedging your bets with one foot in the door and one foot out the door because you scared, sorry, it's not going to work the way you think it is. All right. So, some of the tools that I used in order to get this here thing did. Uh Again, get up in the morning. I know exactly what I want to get done for the day, and it might be just one thing. And the rest of the to-do list stuff that you really got to understand, something has to be the big one. Everything else is there. Now, some of your jobs require you to get X amount of tasks done in the day. That's not the same thing. This is a you one. This is what are you setting your GPS for that day? Right? Yeah, what are you setting your GPS for that day? What is that thing that you want to get done today? You got to have that. It's crazy. It sounds nuts. It's counterintuitive to all of the stuff that we learned. It's almost counterintuitive to a lot of the to-do list trainings and things like that. But I'm telling you, man, ever since I've been on the Gary Keller just one thing trip, it's a game changer. It's a game changer. It is. It is. You get up and you say to yourself, I'm getting this one done today. So it might just be, I'm going to get a reel out today. Everything else is just the light. Boom, go for it. All right, you got that. Then you got to ask yourself again, what are you optimizing for? If you're optimizing for vanity metrics, this ain't going to change. You can get it taken away from you in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? YouTube just changed the way YouTube worked yesterday. Some people about to freak out about this. Oh, hold on, time out. Dr. Elo, thank you for the super chat, by the way. I was so busy vibrating. I said I was gonna come back to it. And then luckily I could see the yellow thing over there. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for starting the trend on super chats for today. Somebody got to start it. So Luis, I'm not Luis. See, I'm mixing up my Puerto Ricans. Elo just hit the dance floor. Who's next? um, yeah, like you got to ask yourself, what are you optimizing for? And once you know that, you could be moving in the right direction. And again, I hate to, beat a dead horse, and I don't beat horses anyway. But when you tell yourself it's something else because you're trying to hit a metric that's an external metric, you could win. That's the jacked up part. You could actually win. There's people. Is she here? Let me check real quick. I don't know if I seen her, but no, Michelle's not here today. But Michelle will tell you because Michelle works in the medical field and she has conversations all the time with highly successful doctors who are printing papers, who are looking for ways to get. When I mean printing paper, I don't mean they went to the brother and pulled out an 8x10. I mean they're printing, they're making it rain, and they're looking for how the hell to get out of the medical field. Some of you guys would be sitting there right now envious, wishing you could be making seven figures as a doctor. And these guys are trying to figure out how to get the hell out of medical field. I know professional athletes that can't wait for their career to be over so they can start that next new thing. You see what I mean? Like it's it's a trip, right? But you got to understand that if you have your ladder leaning against the wrong building, you can easily find yourself like trying to get out from under the success you made for yourself. So this is where having that guided purpose is on cheat code, right? If you do nothing else for the rest of this year, if you got to put all of your content on pause for the rest of the year, get the purpose thing figured out. Because I'm telling you, I couldn't believe it because I'm looking at the outside of this person, assuming that everything is gravy because they're successful, top of the food chain, highly sought after, highly vaulted, whatever, and was feeling completely unfulfilled. If you listen to interviews from successful people before they hit their pivot, they will all tell you they were at that point. They were successful at something else and then started a new thing. So it can't just be chasing paper. If you dig deep into listening to The Rock or listening to Kevin Hart, they both would tell you the same thing. Like The Rock was busy trying to be his dad. And then he became an actor and so much better than his wrestling or his football. Went into heavy depressions after his injury and couldn't play football again because he thought he was only built for football. So, yeah, it's one of those things, right? Uh I guess what I want you to leave with is again try to design your life. Think about how you're designing your life to get on your GPS, to get your purpose going. Then start working on the habits necessary to allow you to achieve that. And then start working on the systems that allow the follow through to happen semi automatically. In the process of that, I will tell you, is dope. You should be journaling this. You can do it with paper. You can do it with your camera. You can do it with your audio recorder. But you should be journaling this so you can go back and listen to it at some point in time. I use day one. Day one is still my favorite. I love to go back and listen to my journals of where I was, say, 3 years ago when I was starting out, just playing with this program called Ecamm and trying to make these tutorials and seeing what happens. And then it's funny because here I am, you know, uh, talk to Ken and Glenn. I still call him that. Talk to Ken and Glenn on a daily basis. I work there, basically doing what I love, right? I scored the job that matched to my purpose, allowed me to do what I love, right? Um, and then make that thing like seriously. If you do nothing else, it could be a 3x5 card, it could be a piece of paper, it could be just a mental note, it could be something you say to your phone, it could be something you write down in your Apple Notes, it could be something you write down in a brand new free form, which is coming out soon. Get up and ask yourself today, what is that one thing? What is that one thing I'm going to do today that I can go to bed tonight and call this day a success? You must figure this out. If I promise you, if you start this practice from here until the end of the year, how many days until New Year? 68. If you do this for the next 68 days, I guarantee you it will pop your socks. If you get up tomorrow and you go today, I, India, America Delgado, am going to do this task, and you do that task, you'll go to bed at night early, cranky. I'm talking about India, not me. You go to bed and you'll go to bed fulfilled. You'll be able to look across the room at wifey and be like, hey, you know what I did today? I did so and so and so. And you will feel fantastic. Right? Once your GPS is set, once you know your purpose, once you know where you're going, and it will just it's even better. But if you don't know, it's okay. I'm gonna give you a pass. Pop up in the morning, tell yourself what is that one thing you got to get nailed today, get that done. Oh my God, it feels fantastic. That's your growth process, right? And then ask yourself again. This is a question for you. Drop Squad, I want you guys to have this together for Saturday. What are you optimizing for? Like, what are you optimizing for? Right now, Aubrey and I think Keely joined in on this party too. We're optimizing for cleaning up some of our bad health habits, right? So we've been walking every day, exercising, cutting out a thing or minimizing a thing. We've been working on it, right? So there you go. Elaine, say it again. If you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. And then that is kind of sort of the truth. Thank you, Glenda. Glenda has stepped onto the dance floor with Elo. They are currently doing the Dougie. It's like, teach me how to Dougie, teach me how to Dougie. Thank you, Glenda, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's important, right? It's important. Here's the funny thing. If you think I'm lying about this or you think this doesn't make sense, find an older person in your life and ask them what you wish you would have. Because most people over the age of 50, we were all taught to follow this freaking path that other people put us on. And we got done halfway down that path, done, and then just realized that I had my ladder leaning on the wrong building. I was saving the wrong cat, saving the wrong damsel, going up on the wrong roof to smoke the wrong shit. If your life is on a trajectory that other people put you on, the fulfillment is not there. And when you get there, no matter how successful you get, if you get to the top and you feel unfulfilled, it can lead into heavy bouts of depression. It can lead into heavy anxiety. I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV. But I just know we watch on a daily basis musicians, actors, athletes, politicians, CEOs. You don't have to see ID. I'm young, blind, and strapped like Chi Ali. Get to the top and then do some self-sabotaging shit. We watch it on a regular basis. Today's October 25. Sometime between now and next Tuesday, a famous person will do something absolutely freaking ignorant because they got all the way to the top unfulfilled. On last week's edition, Kanye West. Let's see who's going to do some stupid next. Because you see it every day and you're missing the story. That person is doing what they're doing, not because IG needs the fun. That purpose is doing what they're doing because they are unfulfilled. So they're got their ladder linked up against the wrong tree. Los, I see you out here, fam. Thank you for popping in. Man, we definitely got to close this loop and get you on the show because I would love to talk to you. Right? So many people. This one came up too in my conversation with my friend. You know how many people had a kid because they thought having a kid was going to bring happiness to their life? And they got showered with, it's funny, listen to the terminology here. It's called that for a reason. They got showered with all of the love and the affection while they look like me. Right? Then Bambino came out. They got showered with all the love and affection and the diapers and the toys and the new paint job on the room and all of this other stuff because, everybody in the family puts them tops because they're the brand new mommy with the brand new children. And then that kid becomes 13, 14, 15 and discovers the outside world and they don't want to talk to you. They want to do their own thing. They want to be their own people. Some people get so addicted to the high they get from that shower and affection that they have 7, 8, 9 of them. John and Kate. And then they realize they didn't like each other. So from John and Kate plus 8 to Kate got 8 kids. No John. Many people try to plug in that hole with another person or with another little person. I don't mean little person like Diana in India. I mean like baby. And then they find out later that that wasn't the answer. They're still unfulfilled. And then what you end up with is kids feeling like their parents don't love them. And that leads to a whole different depression cycle and a whole different problem because that kid was a stopgap. There's people that try to have kids to keep a relationship together because they're not on purpose. Like, I wish I knew this stuff before I got old and painful. I'm telling you, I wish I knew this stuff before I got old and painful. I don't want to blame it all on IG. But we're spending so much time comparing ourselves to where we should be and where we think we should be because other people told us where we should be. I saw somebody else say today, "Oh, you got to get married by the time you're 25." I'm like, "What frick book are you looking at? Show me where it says you got to get married by 25." I know so many people that raced into that. They're all divorced. It doesn't work. Lo said, uh, "Come back here, comment." You're right, Doc. This is why most people are struggling with depression because they haven't made enough the feeling deposits in their life, i.e., they're neglecting themselves for far too long. You've been waiting and debating for oh so long, just starving like Marvin for a Cool J song. That is it. Like, you're definitely out there. Boom. My 1 hour daily walks have made it possible for me to enjoy playing field hockey again. Plus, I listen to a lot of podcasts. Absolutely. That is called Adidas University, right? I am at the University of Hawaii Adidas edition, where I walk around with a pod in my ear and just get leveled up for the day. You know, Gretchen Images by just sent me a dope podcast to listen to, and I'm into it right now. And I've been listening to Keely and Alec and Dina and Michelle and Rich talk spicy, and I be swearing at them. I be cursing them out because it's just funny, And I'm like, nah, player, that's not the answer. So, boom, right? It's a good way, right? I mean, fam, do all of us a favor. Everybody, put a pot in your ear, walk a block today. Put a pot in your ear and walk the block today. Tomorrow, walk a block and a quarter. The next day, a block and a half. The day after that, the block and 3/4. The day after that, 2 blocks. And then eventually, you're getting in that mile a day with a good pot in your ear. The average person walks at roughly 6 miles an hour. So you can cover a mile in about 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? You got some podcasts in your ear. And then, if nothing else, your cardio levels will increase. Your ass will get tight, right? The little flab in the back of your thighs will tighten up, and you'll be smarter. Like, you don't even know gym. Just hit the bricks on the next block. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's see. My kid told me yesterday he was going to get married. Man, tell nephew uncle will slap him. I told him, son, the time to get married, if you get married, is not 25. It's when you find the person you love. Gangster, gangster. Thank you, Elo. You know what I'm saying? Yep, gotta remember to charge him for walks. Hey, that's another good one, right? For those of us who are lucky, like Brady, go surfing. I'm telling you, man, floating in the water is a dope spot to meditate. Brady will say pray. I respect that. That's my friend. Sitting in the water, for those of us who have the ability to do so, it is a fantastic place to have some alone time. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, if you need to walk, you don't got to get a dog. G, this is good advice, but you don't got to get one. You could just become a dog walker. If you become a dog walker, oh, hold up, Glenda, check this out. All right, I'm going full screen on this one. Thank you, Glenda. Glenda just blessed us with one time for Miss Glenda. You can be a dog walker. There's an app right now. I forget the name of it, but I bet you India knows what it is, or Paul. Anyway, so you can become a dog walker, right? So you're gonna go get these dogs and a bag full of shit, and you're gonna walk around. You're gonna put in the podcast that you need to get you on purpose. You're gonna get in the podcast that you need to get you where you need to go. You're gonna study the exam you need to pass in order to get that next thing. Whatever that next level is, you're gonna put that in your head. You're gonna take the leash and you're gonna walk this dog. Here's the funny part: you're gonna get paid for it. So when a new piece of gear comes out and you want it because you've walked the dog and studied for the exams and all of the above, you could. This is not a ZV1F for flaccid. Where's Camera Junkie? It's not a ZV1 flaccid, but you're going to get. You're going to have the $500 it costs to buy a ZV1 flaccid in a month, just from walking the dog and listening to what you're supposed to be. Hopefully, me or Keely or Jared or some of our other friends. But yeah, thank you, Rich. Elaine knew exactly what it is, right? And then Rich says, "Here it is." Boom. See, Glenda. Glenda hit the bricks on the next block. You can literally do that. So you can shut up about having to buy Canva Pro. You can shut up about having to buy Speedify or Descript or whatever, because your dog walking will cover that. And you got to walk anyway because it's good for your cardio. And you get to listen to some stuff that will help you get where you got to got where you going. Boom. That is multi freaking tasking right there, homies. That is multitasking. Ask yourself who let the dogs out. You know what I'm saying? The dog out the bag. Oh, the cat's out the bag. Sorry. I was like, why's the dog out of the bag? Yo, your man's is losing it today. That is super funny. The dog's out the bag now, people. Actually, here in Koreatown, bro, a lot of dogs in the bag. Louis Vuitton and dogs in the bag. I don't know who invented that. It's crazy. I wish they stopped that mess. Anyway, so that's my advice for you guys for today. Before you can go ahead and start throwing your questions. While you throw in your questions, if you should have any, I'm going to give you a quick show of something that I've been waiting for. There's one more piece missing, in which I'll finish it out. But to recap this real quick. We're going to talk about if you're still haven't figured out this purpose thing, is okay. Let's start working on designing your life. What does your ideal life look like? What does your success look like? What does your happiness look like? What does you fulfilled look like? If you can't do it by yourself, link up with a coach, link up with a professional, link up with somebody like Carlos, and then call BetterHelp. Somebody get you there, because I'm gonna tell you right now, it's probably not an instant 50K. That's a band-aid. That's why lottery winners go broke 2 years later. Somehow though, why do people that are fully fulfilled never win the lottery? Damn it. People who always broken win the lottery and be broke within 2 years. Anyway, so start designing it, then start figuring out what habits you need to do in order to get to that. And then start doing that habits. This is the follow through. This is where your follow through comes in. I suggest, one, write down that one thing you got to get done today. Put it in your head, say it in your phone, however you do it, put it in your calendar, top of your fantastic. I don't care how you get it done. The method is not important. The method is you figure out what is that one thing that you need to do today to call yourself successful for that day. That helps lead the practice of fulfillment. That leaves the practice of getting off a conversation with one of your homies and feeling like, damn, son, I did it today. That was dope. Thank you, Keels, right? Thank you, Louise, right? Then ask yourself again, what are you optimizing for? Actually, I had another fulfilling success yesterday as well. I was on switches yesterday because I got off the phone with Keely, and then I talked to Dina, and I'm not going to spoil that for you, but it's a surprise. So I actually had a bunch in a row. So I was home and I was high, and then I got. So what are you optimizing for? Ask yourself this question again. What are you optimizing for? I would love for the Drop Squad people to continue this conversation in the Discord. Put them in the Drop Squad area. For those of you who are not a part of the Drop Squad, okay, not my fault. I made the tools. If you don't use them, that's on you. If I hand you this paintbrush and you don't paint, that's on you. Okay? So I gave you the paintbrush. Now just paint. just just leaked that you won the lottery. Yo, Tommy. Tommy, that is brilliant. You don't need 23andMe. Make an Instagram post and say you won a lottery. You will figure out your whole ancestry in about a week. The man from Miami just hit one over the fence. Fulfilled people don't play the lottery. Yes. Damn, son. Damn. Damn. Lo said, that's encouraging. Killy, when we breathe deeply, exercising, we're stimulating the vagus nerve, which activates our brain network related to mood, attention, and body awareness. See, there you go. Another way to stimulate the vagus nerve is squeeze your butthole really tight. I'm serious. I'm not even joking. That sounds funny, but I'm telling you the truth. Um, yeah. Anyway, so let me do this some show and tell real quick. This has always been my little rig, for going out there, filming late and things or whatever. I really like it. It's kind of cool, you know, but I was looking for something a little bit different because it wasn't fulfilling. No, I was just looking for a different way. And then uh, as you know, I recently got this bad boy, right, which is the Shure MV88 Plus, and this is great. This is great for this vertical content. Vertical content is the win right now. Um, even like I said, Twitter is in the game. So I went and finally got me a cage. I was always buying the smart rig cage design for each individual phone, and that got old because Apple keep changing phones, and therefore I got to keep changing cages. And the phone that fit my 12 didn't fit the 13, and I didn't buy a 13 case because I was irritated about that. So really light. It weighs next to Nathan, right? And all you do is unscrew this joint here to make the thing bigger. Okay, so what we finna do? Take this off, just a magnet. Go like this. Grab the phone. You can pick which direction you want. You can even right now it's offset this way, but if I want to change the offset, you can unscrew this back and move it to the other side with the small rig tool, which I have right here. Right? It comes with the wrenches if you don't already have a small rig tool set. So anyway, you can give it a little twirly twirl, put it in there, and so now it's all it's caged up. Yeah, this phone goes on my gimbal, so yeah, I don't normally put my name on my actual phone. I know you guys are like, damn, that dude is senile. Okay, so then you go here. Oh, actually, Brady got a 3D printer. Yo, you can make one of these, fam. If you got the 3D printer, you're good. I'm gonna take the microphone and I'm gonna place it right here, right? And because I'm gonna be doing this for really reals, I'm gonna place it on the side right here because I'm gonna be talking like this, and it's gonna be here. So then I would take this cable. You can feed it through the little cracks in the side back here if you wish. This particular cable don't fit, so I'll just put it there. But with all of this extra stuff, you can just make yourself a couple of little loops. There's no hands on this side, and you can just bolt this down here on the side so it's out of the way so you don't touch it. I would strongly suggest wherever your mic cable is, make it where you're going to get the least amount of hand holding. Sometimes sounds can be picked up by touching the cable. So anyway, once you figure it out, I'm gonna just order a smaller cable for this because I don't like this, and just do something like that, and then lock it to the side, and then I will put it on the hand dial. But other things that I can include a small light. This doesn't have a diffuser on it right now, but there's a quarter 20 here. There's quarter 20 holes right there. I can add a small light to the corner. Go like this. Actually, I believe I have the handle in the drawer. Bad example, but it's the easiest one to grab. If I was going to do this for real, I could put this handle. This is the wrong kind of handle, by the way. I have the other handle, but you could just take this NATO handle and rock it right here on the side so that you can have a way to hold it. You can put it on a little tripod thing. But anyway, super dope, not too expensive. And yes, the DJI wireless mic fit. I believe it will. Um, I have mine close by. I know I have it. I was just looking at it. Oh, I know what you mean. You mean the new DJI or this one? This cable will fit through the hole because it's small enough. But yeah, if you get a cable that doesn't fit, dude, these cables are super cheap. Just find one that has a smaller thing on it, you know. But I love this cage. It's really, really nice. One other thing that I ordered for it, which I will get in a second, and another reason why this is dope, I can mount this to the top of it. So I have the nubbins that are made for this, right? They're in the drawer back here, but I can mount this to the top of it. The cool thing about this doesn't matter which way it's mounted, right? So if I'm shooting vertical content, for instance, I can put this on the top, leave this here. I can take this one and say, don't shoot vertical content, right? Take the GoPro, stick it here. Take this other one that's on the top up here, which you guys can't see, but it's a Insta 360 One RS, you know, the regular GoPro level square. Stick that sucker on the top, have it shoot the non-vertical content, so you can kill two birds with one stone. But basically, what I did was, um, Rich has the small rig version of this. I ordered one because this one I love this, but it's kind of huge. So the small rig version is smaller. It's really weird to say. It's going to be a better outlook, but this cage is $40. There's even a gripper to connect the battery, right? So that way you don't have too much in the battery. If I wasn't going to use the MV88 Plus, um, I could take this guy. Hold on. Hold on to one more day. Hold on. These are hot shoe size. Most people don't know that, right? So take this guy, put it on the shirt, leave this guy right here, like, run the iPhone cable in there, you gravy. You see what I'm saying? So pretty dope little setup. And if you know offset right, you can just make it so you can hold it by this. I actually have the requisite handle that goes here. So once I get it rigged up, I'll make a bunch of reels and stuff and explain myself. But I just thought it's worth a look. It's basically $40 for the cage, and then you can use the cage for just about anything, whether you're iPhone or Android. Loser. Um, it just it's just gold, and you can rig yourself up pretty good. Because again, I after we came back from our last trip, I carried so much stuff. We're constantly putting things in and out of the car and doing this. It was like obnoxious. I told myself when I go on my next, I'm literally just going to try carrying phone only because it's super irritating. There we go. There we go. Copy this. Boom, boom. And then boom. Hey, why you doing we? Why you not do that to we? $40. Somebody come to McDonald's. $40. Oh my God. It says $44 now. I swear to you, when I bought it, it was $40. It went up $4. And it says lowest price in the last 30 days. Somebody lies. These are the kind of things that people buy and they don't know what they do. So often make sure you check the Amazon warehouse links on stuff that's like this, just a piece of aluminum. Like there's nothing that can go wrong. It might have a minor scratch on it. It will have minor scratches on it if you're doing what you're doing right. Oh, I know what I meant to show you before I close this out. Can take this out, and it does not fit on this 14 with the case. It requires me to decase it, which I swear, Luis, I still haven't sent my 13 back. And now that I got this, I might not send it back. I might just leave it for this. Okay. If you take it out the cage though, it fits elegantly. Maybe different cases will work, but the Apple leather case doesn't fit. It's just a smidgen too fat. Bam. In this particular version, it does work. So, pretty nice little setup right here. And then, slap a little hand dial on it. Let's see. So y'all can see. I just don't like the thing that Short gave. I think a metal one would be better. So, boom. Let's slap a hand dial on it. It's real simple. You just screw it in there like such. Dun, 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 dun. And then you can be like, broadcasting live from Little Brad Shack in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It's he, Doc Rock. I'm here on the old Instagram doing the damn thing. La 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 la. This weighs nothing. You can just walk around like this. And if somebody get out of hand, it's aluminium. Just be like, what the fuck you say? Hit them with one of that. So very cool. Very cool to me. I just wanted to show you this. This comes in real handy for those of you who are thinking about using continuity camera for your live stream, right? Because you need a way to show some things. Here, let me do this real quick. Continuity. I turned it off because it was getting on my damn nerves. Thank you. Sammy asked the question, how do you turn it off? And I turned it off because it was driving me bananas. Okay. Now, though, that I got it, let me do this here. Ba, 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 ba. Hi, I'm Velvet Jones. Dang, that's close. Here, let's put on portrait mode. So people say, does continuity camera work? Why, yes, it does. Let's go to portrait mode because that boy ugly. Oh, there it is. Hey, girl, what your name is? Wait, let me clean the dust off the lens. Look, dude, did you see that? Continuity camera knows which direction you direction it. Oh, God, he ain't even know. They don't know. And look, this is not going to work. And my desk is a mess. But let's see what happens if I press desk view. This ought to be hilarious. Okay. Oh, there is a thing. It doesn't really work. It doesn't really work for it's showing on my screen, but it looks whack. Don't do that. That's horrible. Desk view sucks. Don't do that. Let me take that off. Turn that off and then turn this off. All right, that's obnoxious. But portrait camera works good. As you can see, my studio is a mess as I'm cleaning out my storage. But yeah, boom, 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 boom. If you have a gimbal, you don't need one of these cages. Hello, that's what the gimbal is. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, this is obnoxious. Stop doing this. Now I just freaked out my own camera playing around. Let me turn this mess off. Ooh, dude, ain't this crazy? Virtual camera. Hold up, hold up. We just discovered something I didn't know about. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold that thought. Let me go to demo mode. Check this out, people. Up here, I had portrait mode turned on to this camera, but Camlink 4K under Ecamm Live Beta, look, portrait mode is there. It's buggy, but I will talk to the boys because I didn't even know it picks that up. But it picks that up. That is bananas. Okay, don't do that. It looks like crap. But yeah, it turns out that it's trying to even do portrait mode on the Camlink, which is weird. I just use a real lens, but I don't know. Your mileage may vary. Just to let you know that it does kind of work. Anyway, that's enough. I'm done. If you have yeah, if you the best thing to do is to buy what's known as a peel case or buy If you have an iPhone 13 or 14, you don't really need a gimbal anymore. The stabilization is just dope. So just get a cage that will work with your phone in the case. There. That's what I'm trying to say. Ah, la, la, da, 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 da. No, that was the where he went. This Tommy was the DJI 5 gimbal because it comes with a little extension stick. But you know what? And I forgot it also comes in extension stick can rotate. So this is a pretty handy gimbal. But you know what? We're not about that life. I'm over it. There. So that's what that was. $40. There you go. That's it. We did it. Gang, so we back on Saturday. We got more stuff pop in. Why did I press that button again? And thank you guys for coming through. Like today, I was hopefully that can help you get on your process of trying to find out where you're going. Do you know where you're going to? Yeah. Hopefully it helps. I know it's been working for me. Again, your mileage may vary, but you got to start somewhere. So the easiest one is just give yourself a one thing for today situation. It really does help. It makes a big difference on what's going on in your life and figuring out, like how to get all the things done when nobody else is there to help you. So that's it. That is all I had to say about that. If you guys have anything else you need, by all means, you know how to reach out to me. I would strongly suggest that you pop over into the old Discord. Especially now, do nothing else today. Open and close your Discord app because they got cool animation. I don't. Keely and I found that out yesterday. And yeah, so we're in there. I'm gonna do a quick little after show in the Discord real quick. And yeah, we'll see you. I really appreciate you guys for coming through. Today it's going to be a great day because I know exactly what I needed to do for my purpose today, and it's on purpose. So now I open Discord, so I'm going to go kick it over there. Peace out. A-Town Stomp.
City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down, yeah.
I was born in the city, I was raised on its edges. My pop worked his life when it's complex. I found love in its center. If I could live here forever, think it'd be for the better. I love the weather, even though it's fog 24/7. I love the people, this is the city I met all my best friends. And I wanna thank every brick, I wanna thank every entrance to every building that I step in this city of mine. I owe you most my best moments in life. See, I fell in love for the first time in Golden Gate Park. I saw my first rap show at Great American Hall. I used to beg my homies for a ride across the bridge to goof off and spend the whole day